Hi guys, thank you for joining for today's webinar. My name is Pankaj Shukla. I'm the Senior CRM Pre-Sales Consultant with CloudFront Technologies. We'll allow 2 minutes to other attendees to join in, and I will be back in 2 minutes. Thank you. Hello guys, once again thank you for joining for today's webinar on marketing ROI for Dynamics CRM. Before we start the webinar, there's a few housekeeping points. All the attendees are kept in a mute mode for a better audible. And if you guys have any questions with regarding to the webinar, you can always put down your questions into the question sections in the GoToWebinar. So, my name is Pankaj Shukla. I'm the Senior CRM Pre-Sales Consultant, and we have also been joined with Anil Shah, who is the Director of CloudFront Technologies. Hi, Anil. How are you doing today?
Hey, Pankaj, doing good. I think our last marketing Click Dimensions webinar or any of our marketing webinars happened in December,
Mhm.
after which we're sort of getting ready for the CRM 2016 release. And so this is our first marketing webinar into the new year. Happy to be part of the session today.
Cool. So, going towards our today's agenda for the webinar, where we'll be saying what is marketing ROI, and then we'll be seeing that fields and entities involved with tracking the campaign performance and the ROI inside Microsoft Dynamics CRM. And in the last, we'll be seeing the campaign performance report, which will help us to track our ROI. So marketing ROI. Marketing ROI is simply a measurement of the effectiveness of each dollar spent on the marketing efforts, whether it is your company website, an email campaign, or a trade show. But how do we measure the return on investment and the effectiveness of your campaigns when you're using a Microsoft Dynamics CRM? As a marketers, we keep on being accustomed to our bosses asking these questions and expecting a cut and dry answer. And we are going to answer those things in today's webinar. So going further, the fields and the entities involved with tracking the campaign performance and the ROI inside Microsoft Dynamics CRM is the lead source and the source campaign, because marketing is not directly involved in the sales process. It is incumbent upon the sales staff to gather the information about the origin of the lead or the opportunity. Microsoft Dynamics CRM allows you to define your marketing ROI by connecting marketing campaigns to the opportunity. So we need to make it mandatory and required by the salesperson to capture the source campaign for the opportunity or the lead. Here we have got a flow chart which will guide through our webinars. We are going to create a campaign and then associate it to a marketing list, and we'll run sort of an email campaign, email blast to our marketing list. And the campaign responses will be captured with the help of the click dimension capture form, which will directly convert those capture information as a lead into the CRM, which then gets qualified as an opportunity. And when the opportunity gets won, we'll be able to calculate the ROI. So without wasting much of the time, so I will take you to our demo environment, where Easy App is a company who are IT solutions providers, and they have came up with a new product called as Service Quick Start, which is one of the product I think CloudFront is going to launch very soon. So with this, they want to penetrate into the market and see what pricing would be better for this particular product. So they have got 3 campaigns running for Service Quick Start. One is for 99, another one is for 2,500, and the last one is for 1,500. So we are going to create one, which we have already created. We'll see that what are the most important fields to track our ROI. So let me go ahead and open that.
So while Pankaj is opening his campaign, he's going to talk about some points here. The campaign entity is actually the out-of-the-box CRM campaign entity. then Pankaj is going to walk us through some of the core financial fields, and then at some point he's going to jump into ClickDimensions. So go ahead, Pankaj.
Yeah. So as you see over here, it's a Service Quick Start campaign, which has got a value of 1500. On your extreme right, you see that we have given it an estimated revenue, what we estimate that this particular campaign will generate a revenue for the organization. And if you scroll down below, you'll be able to see towards your extreme right, we need to add the marketing list. If you haven't created your marketing list, you can always go into your marketing. Under marketing and marketing list, you can add to the list. Here you will see that we have added the leads in our marketing list. So I'll just show you an example to add a marketing list. Click on the plus button, and if you have already got your marketing list created, you just click it, select, add, and it gets added to your campaign. So this particular marketing list, Service Quick Start list, which consists 252 members, is associated to this particular campaign. If you scroll down further, the most important part of the campaign is the financial details. And I'm going to walk through you all these: activity cost, allocated budget, miscellaneous cost, and total cost. Now, activity cost is the cost of the activities which is associated with this particular campaigns. If you see that the campaign activities which has been created is email campaign, PR, web release, and web advertising. So we are going to create one of the activities to just give you an example. So let me go ahead and create it.
So for everybody on the call today, your campaign activities are sort of the buckets where you determine what you're going to do, whether it is running an advertisement, doing an email blast, doing a web campaign. This is where you're gonna track your budget and actuals of spending that, and that tracks back actually to automatically rolls up into the actual cost field on the campaign header.
Yes, Anil. So here we see that we are going to run an web advertising for this particular campaign, where we have selected the type research and the channel others. I mean, it depends upon organization what particular channel they're using to do their web advertising. And then we need to have a start date. Let's take it 16, and the end date 29th, and the allocated budget is, let's say, $2,000 we have allocated for this particular activity in the campaign. And then, once they're allocated and when we are really to launch the campaign, we see that the real cost for this particular actual cost would be like around $1,500. Let me go ahead and save this. And once you save this particular activity on your campaign, you say the above fields gets changed, which is distributed campaign, which I'm not going to have a look at this. Now we need to go ahead and close this campaign as it needs to stop. So let me go ahead and close it. And it has got a similar functionality of opportunity, where you close an opportunity, you need to have a start date. Now end date is 29th, and we close it. So we need to go back to our campaign which we created. We see that the web advertising has been added, and the amount, and it's still not refreshed. So it was activity cost was 7,000. If I refresh it.
So while Pankaj refreshes the screen, when he closed the campaign activity, ideally what you would do is you would have a campaign activity. You might go run an email blast using your ClickDimensions, ideally, and then you would have your actual costs, whatever you spent on hiring people, doing your templates, or doing your designs and mockups, and you collect all that information into that field of actual cost. And when he closed that campaign activity, it actually locks out that activity and then brings up the cost here. So that's where it reflects on the activity cost.
Yes, Anil, and as Anil already mentioned that the resource cost or any particular time spent is the miscellaneous cost which you can add over here, and this is the allocated budget which was for this particular campaign, and the total cost is 20,500. So now we have created our campaign, we have got the marketing list associated with this particular campaign, we have got our all financial details. As per our flowchart, now we need to go ahead and send email sends.
So while Pankaj goes into email sends, one thing I'll quickly say is, on the campaign, we took care of the cost aspect. So we put in our actual cost, we have our miscellaneous expenses, which calculates our total cost. We had our budget and whatnot. But now on the campaign, we took care of the cost. Now what we're going to go through is how eventually the revenue gets tracked back against that campaign to get us the ROI.
Yes.
So Pankaj, what is email send?
This is one of the email blasts which we are going to send to our marketing list. The most important thing with this particular thing is that we need to track the same source campaign over here. If you can see that it is tracked to Service Quick Start CRM 1500, and this is the email which was sent across. And I'll just show an example which I had received on my email. So this,
So, so while Pankaj goes into his email, the campaign itself is just out of the box CRM, but the email sent that he just showed, which is where the email blast goes out with the right email template and whatnot, all of that is Click Dimensions because it offers us significantly advanced abilities from very good template creation to your BI tracking and to eventually doing out the email blast in this manner. So this is all Click Dimensions at this point.
and guys, if you have got any questions with regarding to sending out the email blast using Click Dimensions, we have got our previous webinar done on the same subject. But if you have any particular questions associated with that, you can always put down your question in the section. So now let me go ahead and explore more. So which takes you to a particular web page that has been created by using a Click Dimension capture form, which automatically creates a lead directly into your CRM. So before I fill out the details, I'll show you how I created this particular form.
So while Pankaj goes back into CRM, that form that you just saw inside of one of our one of our websites, cloudfronts.in, is a Click Dimensions form. We've embedded into an iframe inside of that. What that does is, as Pankaj said, it will create the lead inside of our CRM, and he's just going to quickly walk us through how to create this form in the first place, and specifically how it allows us to automatically associate the campaign with it,
Yes.
the source campaign.
So we need to go to the settings. Under click dimension, go to web content. And we have created this service quick start form, where again we have given it a name, owner automatically becomes me, and the domain, the organization's domain. And we see that this campaign, we have associated it to the same campaign which we had created, which is mandatory to track all the leads which are coming through this particular form will be associated automatically to this particular campaign. So I'll just show you the form. And Anil, you know, as I have already mentioned, Click Dimension is amazingly good because you don't need to have a HTML group coding stuff to do create a form over here. So it's just drag and drop
Pankaj,
option. Yeah, go on.
You've talking like a true non-developer. You've talking like a non-developer. You said HTML coding stuff. So, for many marketers, coding is a no-no, and so with Click Dimensions, a lot of it is just pure drag and drop. And then once you basically are a power user using the marketing functionality in CRM with Click Dimensions, and once you know these things, you can quickly generate this form. So this is what Pankaj just created without asking any of our developers to be involved.
And then one more thing with this, it gives you one of the functionalities to create an actions where you'll be able to put an email notification anytime a lead is getting generated using that particular form. You can have an email ID or any particular email where you want them to get a notification, okay, this particular lead has been created through this particular form. And even you can also have a follow-up, like if there is a particular lead which has received by using that capture form and not following for a couple of, for a week or 2 days, 3 days, depending upon what due date you want to keep it, you will be notified again to follow up on that particular lead.
So you're kind of putting in some workflows already by embedding it into the form. So you've done a few things. You've created the form through this window. You added the fields that you want to capture. That's the first part of it. Second is you've associated that form with your source campaign so that when that lead comes in, the source campaign is auto-selected because eventually that's going to drive the ROI. And the third thing the particular form allows you to do is select your actions so that you can actually do some follow-ups or auto schedule these follow-ups. So it's done several things for us. So rather than doing some custom form, for example, we use WordPress and initially we had designed WordPress forms, and now we're looking to just deploy Click Dimensions forms.
So let's go ahead and fill that particular form which we received. So let's go ahead and submit it. So this should be created a lead.
So usually the lead comes across on submission in typically a few seconds. So
Yeah,
it's already
so
here.
already here. So when you open the lead, you'll be able to see that it has been already associated to that particular campaign service quick start. And let me go ahead and put the details.
So basically, because of that form submission, that first started with our campaign and our campaign activity and our marketing list, all the way to that the form capture that we did with the Click Dimensions form, and then having that submit with the source campaign, we didn't need to have any human intervention or any salesperson to select the source campaign on this incoming lead. It's automatically selected for us, so we don't miss out or calculate incorrect information about our ROI or about our overall return from this campaign when eventually these leads convert into qualify into opportunities, and then if you win them, that revenue gets tracked in the right place.
So now let me go ahead and qualify it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this qualification it would go through your standard process. It would go ahead and create your opportunity, which I guess you're going to mark as 1.
Yes.
And we'll look at how that the statistics affect.
And we'll see that once it gets qualified and created as an opportunity, you see the source campaign is again captured over here without any manual intervention. Service Quick Start CRM. Now let me go ahead and give it a close date.
So Pankaj, I see that you're using some parts of the business process flow as well, which is also something I think we discussed in a couple of webinars in
Yes,
November, December, and we ourselves use the same thing. So
and we do have
it's a lot of value there.
a blog on the business process flow.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and close this as a 1. So once now we see that we created a campaign, we had an estimated budget for that particular campaign, and then the actual cost for this campaign, and now we generated a lead, qualified it into an opportunity, closed the opportunity as 1. So these things will be able to see on our dashboards. So all these 3 campaigns which has been run, you see of them, the Service Quick Start CRM 1500 has generated the most of the value as compared to the other 2 CRM Service Quick Start campaigns.
So this is this view of the marketing dashboard, is one of the views. You can get very creative with either using out-of-the-box CRM dashboards. We've already started using Power BI for a lot of our sales and service functions. We're looking to now soon have it for marketing functions as well. Click Dimensions has out-of-the-box, ready-to-go dashboards as well that can be used in Power BI. And Power BI allows you to do a good drill down into the data. But this is a simple example of a marketing dashboard that talks about your ROI, basically the actual revenue versus the campaign cost.
Yes. So Easy App comes to know that Service Quick Start with a cost of 1500 is much more effective campaign as compared to the other 2 campaigns. And talking about Service Quick Start, Anil, would you like to say something about the Service Quick Start, which is CloudFront's new launched product?
Yeah, so this is just a simple launch that we recently did to help smaller companies, typically with 15 or less users, to get up and running quickly on the service module, support organizations that need a quick CRM. It's a 3-day quick start and allows you to get up and running with the core features. So Pankaj, if you scroll down, it'll just walk you through the core features, starting from all the way your Office 365 setup, all the way to your workflows and queues and whatnot. But this is an example of how we actually leveraged our marketing automation to send out blasts about our quick starts to some of our clients, and then to track back the leads all the way into opportunities, and then tracking that against the campaign effectiveness. This is how we keep evaluating ourselves, which products to launch, what makes sense for the business, because everything requires time and investment. And at the end of the day, it should be a good value proposition both for our time and for the money we spend. So same concept, and being used, what we are showing is what we are using. So go ahead,
Yeah.
Pankaj.
Yeah. So going further to the next slide. So we have got these upcoming webinars, which is on 18th February, again with Power BI a deep dive with some new features launched. And then on 25th February, we are having a deep dive into integrated solution for field services. And guys, if you have got any questions, we are still there for a couple of minutes. You can post down your question to the question section.
Our next marketing automation webinar is actually going to focus on some of the new features coming out into the ClickDimensions product. They're going to be released any day now. So ideally towards the end of next month, we should be having our next webinar. We typically have these webinars every month or at least every 4 to 6 weeks, and so look forward to the next one soon. But otherwise, guess if you guys don't have any questions, it's been a quick session, which is good. I think all of us are always pressed for time, so thank you so much, and I'll see you guys again.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar.